Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man again. So I am going to be able to have time for 2 more videos. So on this video, I'm talking to black people again. Like, it's important. But I'm also talking to white people. Nothing against nobody else. And I'm going to try what I'm about to talk about. I'm going to try not to mention other races. And it's not like a slight on other races. Hey, you can't get mad at them for doing things a certain way, effective ways. But what I want to talk about is like the crowding practice. Like how you ever seen a job that they hire too many people so that they can cut everybody's hours or everybody's production? Well, that kind of thing is never going to go away. So I say to blacks and whites that if we're not careful, like if we live to be in our 60s and 70s, it's going to be a painful time if we don't get our act together. Like I was just telling somebody that you can't go for broke like in 2023, because being broke is far more severe in 2023 than if you were broke in 2000, 2005. It's way more to it. It's less sympathy. It's less available for you. Like even if you get rent assistance, you gonna still have to get your act together, because you ain't gonna be able to keep getting it. It takes too long for the process to go through. So I'm noticing like in our minds, like we grow up in Milwaukee, Detroit, like bigger towns, more space, more stores, more restaurants, all of that, right? But like a lot of us, we're gonna probably have to start buying this land while it's available and have something that's somewhere smaller. You know, because somebody was just telling me, this what made me think about this, that they saw a house in Forest, Mississippi that was like a mansion for $345,000. So everybody be talking against home ownership. I don't talk against it because it's going to be absolutely essential for families to have their own home, or to be able to pass down a home to their kids. Like where your kid won't have that cost, where taxes is paid, house is paid. As long as they don't pass no laws, try to run them off of there, you know, they should be fine. So even though me personally, currently, I don't have like a desire to live in these small country towns, but I don't have no desire to live in a small country town, but at the same time, I'm gonna make sure I got something in the small country towns, because I'm gonna have something to be able to leave to my kids, so they won't have that housing expense that I have. Like, and then you be wanting to quit your job, and people have to work a job they don't like just for survival. I mean, you got your own house paid off. There's no need. You don't have to like stay on a job that you don't like. And I'll tell you something else, how wild people is in these cities, these little stringy hair, carrying guns, not working, just walking around menacing and stuff. It might be in people's best interest to get away from around them. Get you a nice plot of land and put a barbed wire fence around that thing. You know, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I have no intentions on living in Milwaukee as an old man. It just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. It's not. Like, I'm telling you, like, or any when I get real old, like 70s, 60s, whatever, I probably won't want to live in no large city. You know, I want to be able to see people coming from all four directions. That's just how I look at it. So I ain't gonna be in those cities like this where okay, imagine this. Imagine how much worse a 16-year-old is gonna be in the year 2050. You ain't gonna be able to be around them at all. That's how bad they gonna be. And the music, they probably gonna be butt naked on the videos, opening up, all kind of stuff. It's not gonna get better, man. It's gonna get worse. So, you in your 40s, even if you in your 50s, like especially you in your 50s, the window is closing for you. You should be working. Oh, my disability, don't rely on that. You should be working. But my leg limp to work. You should be working. Saving your money. Think about it. 15 years, by the age of 65, if you save, let's say you was able to save $7,000 a year. By the time if you 50, by the time you hit 65, you'll have over 100 grand. Now you take that much money somewhere like one of them small towns of Mississippi or something. You know, you can build you a small house on a plot of land and it's all yours. You could work anywhere. You could work at McDonald's. You could work a job only paying $10 an hour. You'll be fine. That housing expense is the problem. That's why I say I'm about to get me a old classic car to take gas. I'm gonna have me a barn with some gas in it. I ain't gonna say too much on here, because I know these agents and them peoples be on here. But I know what I need to do. I know exactly what I need to do. See, I might not talk about it as much as I used to, but I know what I'm gonna do. And one thing I'm not gonna do is have no dead weight. If you not with me, you ain't gonna be around. Simple as that. And there ain't gonna be no sympathy. No sympathy. And any woman that's around me, I'm gonna be smashing her, doing all kind of nasty things to her. She gonna be cooking, she gonna be catering to me, or she ain't gonna be around. And as long as she around, she knows she gonna be safe. There's gonna be plenty guns, plenty weapons, plenty people. You gonna be safe. But all of that, you trying to go against me because you judging me by how things are today. I might not be rich today. I mean, I ain't got, put it this way, I have more than $0. I got more than $0 in this car. I mean, I got more than $0 in this car. This car. I got more in this car than a lot of people probably got in the bank. So I ain't at $0. But if you don't got respect towards me, it don't matter who you is. You ain't gonna be on the same grounds as me. That's just the way I think. Cause I got plans, man. I got fun plans. I got economic plans. I got plans to get lands. I want to be by the water. People be worried about hurricanes. Hurricanes is the least bit of your worries. You should want to be around some water. We ain't gonna say too much though. What I'm saying is the black and whites, the two main races that try to distance themselves from their relatives. Kids grow up idolizing their fathers, then they hit their teenage years, and they don't even want to walk side by side into the store with their parents, which I think is so dumb. I think that's just so dumb when people do that. The main people that have been looking out for your best interest, and you worried about what other people think, they don't care about your best interest, you need to wise up. I never did that to my parents, ever. Like, as a teenager, as an adult, like, I never was the type that half talked to my parents in public, trying not to walk by my parents. I never did that. All that's that goofy stuff. You doing it for a bunch of people who ain't doing nothing for you. And you need to stop if this is some of y'all teenagers. Because they ain't got to do nothing for you. Your parents can pack up and leave and not even tell you where they going. That's two-way. Like, a parent can be deadbeat. They can. Like, right now, I could go home, pack everything, and just leave. I wouldn't do that to my kids. But always remember, y'all kids need to remember that y'all parents could have did that, and they can do that. I remember one time I was in a restaurant, and I got to thinking about how guys was doing their kids. And I was getting emotional because I just could not see me doing that to my kids. Like, even the thought of me leaving the restaurant, this when my sons was little, and just not coming back and leaving them in the restaurant was it just made me emotional. Like, I just couldn't believe how people would do that. But then 2023 came, and I saw how these women is. Some of these women will take these guys there. Like, we can't say that all those dudes are just bad dudes. Like, we don't know the whole story. Especially the more I find out about some of these women's behaviors. Like, I look at my grandfather, for instance. My grandfather was so bad, he was married to his second wife longer than he was married to my grandmother. And I'm sure he did whatever he was doing. But, you know, I saw a thing like what my grandmother did wasn't all perfect. Like, my grandmother was kind of like a colorist. Like, the lighter skinned grandson. Well, wait, I ain't gonna. She's gone, so I ain't gonna like say nothing negative. But to make a long story short, with that, I saw like how she was in certain ways. So, blacks and whites, we need to get our act together. We the main ones. Vasectomy. I mean, think about it. How often do you hear a Latino or an Indian man having a vasectomy? Or an Asian man? You don't. You only hear about black dudes and white guys. I'm telling you, man, a lot of stuff we do is gonna come back to chomp us on the butt cheek. It's gonna come back. That's why I say, you know, I sat and thought about it. I gotta do things different. Sometimes you have to cutthroat people. Like, for instance, when people always want to cut in your work time, you can't always do what they want. You can't always take them where they want, because you gotta every second at your job, you gotta think about the future. And the future very well may have you in it. It very well may have you in it. I can't see my daughters having to live with other people as 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old. No, they should have their own live. If I pass away and she passes away, then I should have somewhere where my daughters can live on their own. If I don't, I ain't handle my business. And my sons too. See, y'all think when y'all kids get grown that your provision stops. That's dumb. You're supposed to look out for your kids and your grandkids. If you don't, you fail. You should have kept your wing ding in your pants. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. We got one more video to come. Pause. And that will be, more than likely, that will be Isaiah 4:1. Especially the conversation I was having with an ex-coworker and friend about these women. I'm coming with that Isaiah 4:1 today, definitely. So stay tuned. And we may, what I do, I want to do a live tonight, but if ain't nobody in there, I'm not going to do it. Like some lives I'll do when ain't nobody in there. Most lives I'm not going to do if ain't nobody in there. So if y'all want to go live, let's get these numbers up. Let's get some people in there. Thanks for watching.